Yiaga Africa, an NGO, has called for amendment of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 to remove some restrictions on NGOs, faith-based organizations and institutions. The organization, in collaboration with other stakeholders from Corporate Affairs Commission, the academia and civil society organizations, held a roundtable in Abuja to identify gaps in the CAMA Act 2020 and charts the way forward.
For us, what is important is that yes, the law has been passed, but there's an opportunity to engage. And our goal is to work with other stakeholders to review those specific sections that are problematic and make proposals for further amendment to the sections under Part F of the Companies and Allied Matters Act. There's already a bill presented at the House of Representatives proposing amendment to Section 839 of the law, and we're also hoping there would be another introduction in the Senate. The goal is that every law, there's no perfect law, and for every law that would potentially affect the freedom of the exercise of fundamental freedoms in Nigeria, especially fundamental human rights, that we need to ensure that those laws are reasonably justifiable in democratic society.
Cynthia Bamalu noted that the sections of the acts that affected non-state actors, especially NGOs, religious and traditional institutions, were not in accordance with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Passage of the law is an important thing because what it did was to actually review the previous law and provide better regulations for ease of business, engagement of even civil society in Nigeria and what have you. We are together with other civil society organizations, we actually observed that there are certain provisions in the existing CAMA which have potential to limit and restrict the operations of CSOs in Nigeria. Now, civil society includes both non-governmental organizations, even religious bodies, faith-based organizations, and even media institutions that are registered.
Dr. Godwin Malasowe, a Don in the University of Abuja, who presented Yiaga Africa's analysis, recommended the unbundling of corporate law into smaller and perhaps more effective independent components.
We think that the Corporate Affairs Commission has a lot on its plate, and some of these things have to be taken away and given to smaller bodies. We are recommending that state governments should also be given power to monitor and actually incorporate companies and monitor the operations of companies. And so also that local authorities should be given the power to supervise the affairs and the operations of civil society organizations, and non-profit organizations.
In his reaction, an assistant director in the Corporate Affairs Commission said CAMA 2020 was the largest piece of legislation in Nigeria, so it was not out of place to find complaints about it, and urged Nigerians to read through thoroughly and not depend on hearsay to understand that the law had sufficient safeguards to alienate their fears.
We have noted a lot of these complaints and concerns, but let me also state quickly that before the bill became law, there was extensive engagement with stakeholders severally. This effort started since 2004. Now, it took between that time and 2020 to become law. But if we are taking time to read through the Act, we would have seen that there are sufficient safeguards in the Act. And the fear that interim managers may be able to alienate or sell properties does not arise. That fear does not arise at all in Section 839. Now,